Okay, I guess we are live again. Thank you everyone for joining in. Welcome to Love Your Love Muscle, as we call this podcast for. I'm Seb from the Transformational Meditation Group, a group of people that use meditation and self-regulation techniques to change their lives and lives of others. And with me today on Second Life, I have Melody. I'm sure some other people will come up in a few minutes. We're also running a little bit late. And of course, we're also on Odyssey. On Odyssey, you can see me live in the flesh, as they say it. On Second Life, you have to hear my voice. And afterwards, the recording of this session, the podcast will be sent out as an audio file to all the podcast channels, of course. And the video recording will be available for my patrons. Why the video recording? Well, we show some things on screen as well. So patrons that are joining in live on Odyssey can see that right now, but also afterwards on the recording. Today's session is all about setting things straight and why that is important. But before we start talking about that, I want to turn things a little bit around today, not only for my own sake, but for everybody else's sake as well. I just want you to notice how you feel right now. So just notice how you feel right now. Melody was asking, do you do sound bathing? Um, I I had a colleague or a good friend of mine that I did sound bathing with, and she did all those she had all those instruments that you could use for sound bathing. And so we did sessions together last summer. After a while, we stopped doing that, and I started to do my deep meditation sessions live, where I use special music. So I do some sort of sound bathing, but it's not the live sound bathing. It's recorded, the sound and music I use for the deep meditation session. So yeah, but I have good experience with it. It's great fun and magical as well. So in the meantime, I hope you just noticed how you feel when you came into this session. So make a mental note of that. We're going to do a short heart-brain coherence just to balance our nervous system, calm down a bit, open up our mind, and just let me know afterwards how you feel after that short 5-minute session. So sit up straight, and just to center yourself. For some people it has been a long day and they need some centering before they get started with this. So take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And as you exhale, lower your shoulders, loosen your jaw. You might want to close your eyes if you want to. Relax your body. And as you're breathing all the way out, take a nice deep inhale again through your nose. Fill those lungs with air. Breathe out through your mouth. And just let the day go. Let the day go. This is you time right now. Some self-care, self-love. And another nice deep inhale through your nose. And all the way out through your mouth. You can sigh a bit just to let everything go and settle down, settle down. Feel yourself getting centered. Breathe normally, just breathe like you usually do. And then try to make your breath a little deeper. So breathe a little deeper and also a little slower. Turn your breathing pattern into nice, slow, calm, deep breaths. Already by doing this, you're already telling your body that it is in a safe place. Already calming down your nervous system. Just by changing your breathing pattern. Also notice where in your body you feel your breath the most. Do you feel your breath the most in your nostrils? Do you feel your breath the most in the back of your throat? Or maybe you feel your breath the most in your chest or your tummy? Put your focus on that spot, on that point in your body where you feel your breath the most. And notice how you are breathing through that point. Notice the colder air flowing in, warmer air flowing out. Wonderful. And move your focus into your heart space, the middle of your chest. You can help by putting your hand on your chest right there where your heart is. Just to put that extra focus on your heart space. And can you imagine, just imagine breathing through your heart? Just imagine the air going in and out of your chest area. Nice, calm, deep, slow breaths through your heart. This will balance our nervous system even more, and our heart rhythm variation becomes more balanced as well, more coherent. Information through our nervous system flows much better, much more efficient, especially between the brain and the heart. Let me tell you that your heart sends 5 times more information to your brain than your brain does to your heart. So your heart is a very special organ and we shouldn't lose focus on it. And in the West, a lot of people have missed the connection, have severed the connection between the heart and the brain. They're not listening anymore to their heart. Everything goes up there in their brain, thinking logically, almost no feelings involved anymore. So let's all re-establish the connection between our heart and our brain and live with that connection re-establish. Listen to your heart. Use your heart as that organ that has this sixth sense, this intuition. Lots of wonderful studies being done and have been done on the heart and intuition and how we can tap into that knowledge that we have in our heart. Alright, now while you're breathing through your heart, create a feeling of gratitude for something you were grateful for today. Could be anything. Could be the food you have eaten today, the weather, a pet or a loved one, a colleague. Whatever you're grateful for, there's always something. I work with traumatized people that have very bad days, and somehow we always find something to be grateful for. But while you're breathing through your heart, fill your body with that gratitude for that person, that loved one, that pet, that situation you were in. Fill your whole body with that gratitude. And if you notice a smile on your face, if you notice a warmth going through your body, that's just fine. That's your body reacting to that inner experience you're creating. It's just good. It's wonderful. Okay, good. Now let's slowly get back. Just become more aware of the room you are in. Notice any sounds in the room. Breathe normally. Slowly move your body back and forth from side to side. Maybe you want to wiggle with your fingers and toes. And if you're ready, open your eyes if you had them closed. Wonderful. So this was just a very short rush through almost heart-brain coherence, but notice how you feel right now. And I do this always, every morning, just to attune myself, to tune into that frequency, that state of being I want to be in to the day, that state of being I want to expose to the world, that state of being I want to share with the world around me. I don't want to be grumpy or be negative, even if sometimes I know something is going up into the day that I don't really enjoy. A meeting I have to get into, for example, that I'm really not looking forward to. But still, when I tune myself to another frequency, a different state of being, like, okay, we're going for it, even if I am not very keen on it, it helps. It helps a lot. And you will notice the more you practice this, and you follow me in the Transformational Meditation Group, with the courses we do, the workshops we do, you will notice that you start to be more and more in tune with the universe, with life, the things you think, the things you feel, the things you want. Something happens during the day that makes you aware that, hey, makes you more aware of possibilities in your life that will bring you to whatever you have envisioned you want to go to. So that's actually why I also want to do this up front. So let me know how you feel in the chat. Those on Odyssey, you can type in the chat if you want to. On Second Life, you can type in the chat as well. Wonderful. Okay. Just take your time. I can get back to that. Great. So yeah, setting things straight. That's why I want to do this meditation first, because now we're going to talk a little bit about something that happened recently and that alerted me, like, okay, it seems that not many people are aware of actually what I'm doing and what the Transformational Meditation Group stands for. I already had like kind of idea. Some people think that this is a joke that I'm busy with, but that's not true. And recently I got a comment like, oh, you're just in it for the money. So like, okay, right, let me set something straight. And those that do a lot of meditation at highly spiritual says, yeah, love and light, etc., etc. But you have to stand for your goals, you have to stand up for what you stand for, basically. I think that is very important in life, because if you are in that corner saying, yeah, love and light and be kind to people, etc., yes, of course, that's a good start, a good foundation. But there are lots of people in the world that aren't love and light, that aren't in that state, that aren't there yet. And that you just have to explain in a good way what you're doing and why you do it and what the benefit is and of what you're doing. So I like to do giveaways. Let me just start how this whole thing started. I like to do giveaways. Recently last year, I recorded a meditation course for beginners, and I did that with a live audience, and they could join for free, of course. But the course is of such quality that, and I have also expenses, that I want to sell that. I mean, if I give everything away for free, I will be bankrupt, personally bankrupt. So that's not the goal, to be personally bankrupt and not being able to help people. So that meditation course is now for sale, and people that were there during the live sessions have enjoyed the possibility to engage for free, to learn something for free. And that's what I'm all about. I'm giving people the chance that might not have the money to join these courses, to join in. Either it's live, or when it's a live course, an offline course, I sometimes have people that are in big trouble in their personal life, in their financial life. And when they explain it to me and show me, okay, I can't pay this, but I will have great benefit of, for example, a course in transformational meditation, I'll say, yes, come on board for free, because I know this is, I can help you. I know you are a good candidate for this course, and you will have great benefit from it. So that's also why I have patrons, I have supporters, and the money coming from that side will then sponsor basically people that can't pay for offline workshops. And that's basically how we work. So saying to me in a comment like you're just in it for the money is not true. Money is a part of our everyday life. Even this streaming here now, I'm doing this on equipment I have to buy. I am paying a subscription fee to the streaming service. I am paying for Second Life, for example. It's not much, but everything ticks up, everything sums up to larger amounts. And I do this with passion. I do this with joy. I don't make a living of this work. This is also something I find very important, because I like to walk the talk, as they say it. I like to show people that using these techniques that I teach in everyday life, you can just live an everyday life and benefit from these techniques. You don't have to be a meditation guru or a self-regulation guru. You don't have to be a coach. You can live an ordinary life, but have great benefit from these techniques to steer your life in a very transformative and positive direction. And I can tell that to people, I can teach that to people, but I can also show that to people by having a ordinary job on the side, by showing that I work for an ordinary company in the healthcare sector and with IT, that I've worked in full-time in healthcare sector, what I've studied, and how I use those techniques in my life, and currently also use them to change my life in directions I want to go in. So this wouldn't be possible to teach and to show to people if I just made a living out of creating online courses and just telling people how to do it. I want to show as well, like, hey, this is what I did. And it offers great experiences, especially on offline courses with a group of people, because they share their experiences afterwards as well. Like, oh wow, yeah, I've been in the same situation. So that's how you handled it. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So it becomes much more real for people as well. So that's why I also ask for money, because the quality is so high. And in addition, if you do offline courses like I do a couple of times a year, I will have to rent a room, a space, so that's also money. So these courses aren't free either, but they aren't very expensive either as well, because this is not a business in a sense that I need to make money for a living. If I did that, I wouldn't be walking the talk either, because the state of our world where we are in is not a good state. I mean, we can be honest about that, right? It's not it's we are driving this planet into a dead alley, and it's just going downhill. We have to be realistic, but we can change our experience, and that will also change the direction we go in. We can make things better for ourselves, but we have to drastically think differently. We can't live the way we used to live. We have to change our state of being collectively. We have to find value in other things. Yeah, money is still a thing here in this world. I mean, if money wasn't available and we could all do everything for free, I would have been doing that as well, of course. But still, I have my expenses, server costs, I have 2 websites, etc., etc. You know what it's all about if you've seen other people doing this work. So yeah, but again, I can't make $1 million business out of it because it's something I don't want. I want to continue to show people that you can live an ordinary life and use these techniques for your benefit. So I'm trying to just be on the same level as my clients, my customers, and future clients and customers as well. Because if I go beyond that or grow away from that, I can't relate anymore to what's happening. So and again, that's what I'm all about. If you go to my Patreon site, you also see a better explanation of how this all started and why I'm doing this. My passion is teaching people to reconnect their heart to their brain. And that's the starting point for a whole new life. That's the starting point for everything we do in the Transformational Meditation Group. It's not about money. For me, it's about teaching people to reconnect their heart to their brain. That's the first step. And that's what I always teach. We do it every podcast recording on Monday. It's the basis of much more techniques, foundation for many more techniques and meditation techniques and experiences in people's lives that make people grow. And why I do this is because I had so great benefit from it and still have. That is just for me, the only way possible is to teach people that come to me and ask, can you help me? And say, okay, start with this first. And that's just a must for me, to just passion, to teach people and to let people experience the benefits of being whole again, because that's what's happening. When you reconnect your heart to your brain, you practice these techniques, you start to feel so whole, and you're thinking, how could I have lived like my old self? How would it be possible? It's just another dimension you're opening up in and around you. So yeah, so that's I wanted just to say straight. This is not, people are joining in and they don't take the time to set themselves into the background. Like, oh, I'm joining the community website, but they're just joining and try to find free stuff, but they don't look for the page explaining what the group is all about. Or they join Patreon, but never interested in actually why they are joining. They just want to support me, and that's fine. But then they ask questions like, yeah, but didn't you read the introduction video, or didn't you read the introduction page? So therefore, this podcast session, just to set things straight, yes, this is professional. I am educated professionally. I'm from the healthcare sector. I worked in cancer care for 17 years, and where I also used this technique on patients with great success. I'm a licensed HeartMath practitioner. I have been working with company to reduce their stress and amongst their employees. I've been doing trauma treatment for people that have been in war zones, the people that are refugees, people that have experienced trauma in their family, personal life, even generational trauma. That's what I care a lot about, to change people's perspective on that. People with addiction. First course I did was in the United States, which is really strange as well. I'm based in Norway, but the first course I did was in the United States. There were a lot of people with addiction there that I tried to help, and it went also pretty well. So lots of good experiences from giving courses. Um, I'm not a big fan of doing things online, that you might notice as well, because I like the interaction with people directly, and especially when you learn more about the heart-brain connection and how you can create an atmosphere around you in the room uh, that is positive for both yourself and your client. You know pretty well that, okay, yeah, you have to be there in person to really benefit from it. But online works out, though more or though less efficient, but yeah, you have to be there as well. I've been years on Second Life doing this podcast recordings and also meditation sessions focused on Second Life alone. I stopped doing that because people got less and less interested for a moment, and the interest is very low right now on Second Life, and it goes up and down in waves basically. So maybe next month all of a sudden we have 5 people on Second Life again. It's just, I don't know, it changes with the rhythm of the planets. Sometimes it seems to be that way. So yeah, so anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about, setting things straight. Apologies for those that know me very well and have to listen to this repeat, actually. They know already what I stand for, what I do, and I am not stopping this anytime soon, no matter what people say and think and assume of me and the group. We have a great time. We help a lot of people, and I would love to see it grow. And yeah, but I will never change the way I live right now, which means I like to uh, do and show what I'm telling everybody and what I'm teaching everybody in my own life as well. So I can relate to what is currently going on uh, with people. Okay, let's take a nice deep inhale again and exhale. And just for a moment, focus on your heart again. Let's go straight to our heart and imagine breathing through your heart. Nice calm deep breaths through your heart. And just this alone will already center yourself and balance your nervous system again. So if you got agitated and frustrated by what I just said, or maybe you lost focus, this will put you right back in balance again. If you go from one meeting room to the next, do a little heart-focused breathing. It's so simple. Okay, I'll leave you with that. Next week we resume our normal program. I forgot to put up our Global Coherence app as well that we use. You read more about it on the website. But anyway, next week we'll be back in our normal mode with, I hope, something more interesting for the regular viewers and listeners. So if you have suggestions or questions, or especially suggestions I would like for a theme, maybe you are wondering about a specific technique, maybe you want to learn a bit more about more traditional ways of meditation, which I'm also a big fan of, or my opinion on something, let me know and we take it with us to the next session. I also take suggestions for people that we need to set an intention for. We also do sometimes intention sessions. So contact me if you have a family member or a loved one or a friend that needs some help, that needs some support. We do heart-focused intention sessions. It's going to benefit people greatly. All right. Awesome. Let me see what the chat says. On Odyssey. Quiet there. Second Life too. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. Take good care, be safe, and see you next week. Namaste.